Hi everyone, my name's Christian Ryan, Managing Director at Beulah Capital and Portfolio Manager for the firm. I thought it was timely, given the vast amount of information and noise and the situation regarding the coronavirus, that I thought it was timely that we give an update on the current portfolio, how we're positioned and sort of some of our current thinking. From my perspective, it's really hard at these times to really try and simplify and break down the noise. And it's an exercise which as a firm, we've been trying to undertake over the last few weeks to really get a grapple on where things are at. Now, there's plenty of information about the coronavirus, and I don't probably need to talk much about it, and everyone's seeing the ramifications of it, where flights are being stopped, conferences are being stopped, everyone's stopped travelling, countries are being locked out, trying to stop the virus. So really what's important from this point of view is what does that mean for investments and financial markets? A big thing I think that people really need to ignore, and I suppose I've given an example on the newspapers, every day there's a news headline saying coronavirus 19 may be more destructive than the Lehman crisis. Every day someone is out there saying something, what is the worst case scenario? There is no doubt, I think, in our mind, it is likely that either this first quarter and second quarter or some part of this year that growth has stalled, if not gone backwards. And you can see that in the markets at the moment. It's moving all over the place, trying to work out where things are going to land. Is it our expectation that at some point, maybe this year, that there's already a virus solution that's already been worked on across many countries to try and help and protect the health of people around the world? But I certainly think at some point that will occur. And thirdly, I think another big thing that's already started to occur and will help financial markets not only today but in the long term is the central banks, RBA, all around the world will drop interest rates and provide much necessary liquidity in the market. So the thing for us that really concerns us the most in these particular circumstances, and yes, markets are very volatile and it keeps us up watching everything that's going on, is ensuring that markets continue to operate and that there's enough liquidity when people decide to sit on the sidelines and not buy or sell investments. Really, that's the purpose of the central bank, not only to reduce interest rates, but to keep liquidity operating in the market so we don't have situations like Lehman Brothers and the GFC where market liquidity just will dry up. So what does that all mean for clients' portfolios? Throughout February and also through March and continuing, we're using the opportunity to continue to reassess the portfolio, the risks and the opportunities, and where would we think greater opportunities are going to come out of this market downturn. So there's probably four key areas which certainly were themes that we followed last year, and I think given where the market has come off, we believe will benefit at some point when I think ultimately markets will recover. We are taking a cautious approach. However, I think it's prudent to continue to assess really good assets and opportunities that we could invest as part of your portfolio. And probably the four key areas that we're focusing on as this market continues as it does is US large cap, big businesses, global businesses around the world will recover the fastest when people get a sense that the virus is under control. Secondly, last year, which is a big theme of ours, and I think pricing now will even be more attractive, is property, particularly residential property, office and industrial assets. Thirdly, as interest rates have fallen dramatically, infrastructure assets have actually fallen quite a fair bit as well. So as things recover, we would expect infrastructure assets to recover very quickly. So thirdly, that would be another great asset to review as part of the portfolio. And finally, from time to time, cash and fixed interest investments will be mispriced and be a good opportunity. As the markets continue to gyrate like this, there'll be great opportunities to add in these types of investments. So over the course of this year, over the next several months, these are sort of the four key areas that we will look at for clients, add into the portfolio and be looking to recommend. Now that doesn't mean we're going to do that today, tomorrow, or immediately and make wholesale changes. This is probably about slowly looking at different opportunities as these markets move quickly and be actively managing these positions over that period of time. hopefully, you know, we look back at the end of the year, the virus is sorted out, and then this situation will be a little bit more calmer. But I think probably the point that I will leave is that, you know, the reality is, when you look at all this, is that we have over 60 million people die per year out of natural causes, death, accident, whatever. So far, the number of people that have actually died from the coronavirus is in the thousands. Not saying that it could not get any further, but the reality is that each year we have a lot of people dying and our world keeps moving on. So I think that it's really important to keep things very simple, try and be very clear and objective about the decision, but at the same time, be patient, cautious, but look at this as an opportunity where we'll be looking for clients to look to add in really good, more great businesses from around the world and investments that can long-term perform really well. Thanks very much. If you've got any questions regarding your portfolios, investments, please don't hesitate to contact any advisors. We'll provide an update again shortly as these markets progress in the future. Thank you.